All right, folks, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you watching, so thanks for being here. Got a bit of a fun one for you today. It's a 28-inch by 9-foot ponderosa pine that we're going to mill up into some beams. And through the video, you're going to see we've got some more drone footage for you, so I think that'll be fun to kind of see those different angles. And stick around to the end because, well, there's a little bit of a mystery at the end, and then some fun with compilation of all of the drone footage I got on this job, so I think you'll enjoy that. So let's get this log positioned on the deck, let's get it milled into beams, and let's just see how it goes. All right, that's kind of cool the way that drone kind of flies around, and I don't actually notice it when I'm milling. You can see it actually in some of these shots kind of hovering around and getting these shots. And right there, you'll also notice that those manual side supports are up. That's because the log was really not positioned great, but a big log like this, you can move it down the deck with a chain, which I've shown you before. I decided to go ahead and leave it right there. And I just pull those manual side supports up just to make sure that when I'm rolling this log, I don't roll it off the deck in the wrong direction. So Dave, over at Old Man in the Saw, I've done that before. And how about that view? Just a gorgeous setting. And the Jeep right there, that's Teresa's Jeep, and she was actually using the winch on the Jeep to pull the logs down from where they were positioned before so that we could easily get them loaded up on the deck. And you'll see that in later videos where those logs all get repositioned a little bit better. So that was kind of cool. I don't think she'd used that winch before, so we kind of joked a little bit about it was a good test run for her. And there you can see those side supports again. So it's kind of fun to have that drone flying around and getting some of these different views, you know, over my shoulder or right in front of a log, and you can see, you know, the debarker swing out of the way, or this overhead view is really cool. It's not something I normally would get because frankly I can't do it. And anybody that does this kind of work for a living knows that when you're out on a production milling job, your focus is trying to get the logs turned into lumber and not trying to film. And that's gonna play a part here at the end of this video. So let's keep going. I'm gonna have to change band pretty soon. I wasn't really happy with the way this was cutting. So once I get to that point, we'll change that band out and get back to it.
Hey Eric, since we did the other ones at 8x8, we can probably just do these at 8x8 as well.
This is a 10-degree bimetal, which are a harder blade, designed for old beams and burned wood, that kind of thing. And they usually do well on this, but after I got the drive belt tight, I was cutting all right. And then all of a sudden I ran into this guy and lost a screw too. I got a screw loose.
Just one. We all.
Sometimes I think if you do this for a living, you've got to. Actually, I really enjoy it, but it's dirty work. Well, it's a good thing I'm going to have time to do some maintenance after this week, because I got screws falling out. We'll try at 7 and see if that'll cut a little better. Well, we did some 8x8s.
That was earlier.
Yeah.
We haven't done them since we had 4.
Without your dad here.
Yeah.
You gotta have some strong bodies. So stand by. Might need another pair of eyes.
What was that?
I think I need another pair of eyes.
What'd you lose?
Well, there should be a chain with a pin on it. It's just like this over here. It's like this. A little pin like that with a little deal. Fell off when the screw fell off.
Here.
Is there a screw with it?
Excellent.
I looked to see if there's a screw as well.
See if we can
She's got to.
get some more. Had that happen before. Okay. Let's see how this 7-degree works. All right, got that band changed out, and you know, you get it tightened up, and then you realize you got to change the water out. So we're going to get some water, get some lube. I use pine sol and dish soap, about a half a cup of pine sol and a good healthy squirt of dish soap, and then away we go. Let's get this thing milled down. And you know, one of the challenges of filming while you're production milling is that GoPro cameras only last about 2 hours. So you're going to find that my cameras are going to run out here before too long. But first, I had to hack off a bit of that bark and get it out of the way. And then I rolled the log up to get it in a position so that I could get it squared up and split into camps. So let's sit back and let that roll, and let's see how it goes, and watch for those cameras to die. But stick around after the cameras die, because I've got that drone footage for you. I think you'll enjoy it, so stick around. Let's get this log milled into some beams, and then we'll see that drone footage. right, get that big cant kicked off. You'll notice that that's a 6-inch cant. And I ended up with 2 8x8s and 2 6x8s and some flitches out of it. So it actually worked out okay because they needed the 6x8s as well. And it just wasn't a big enough log to get 4 8x8s out without having some heart in some of those beams right on the edge. And you don't want that. So we go ahead and mill this thing down and get it done. And I will tell you, my cameras died right about here. So let's sit back and watch this drone footage. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll come back right afterwards and give you my final thoughts. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. I did. I really enjoyed putting it together. I enjoyed watching it. It was really fun. Now, I will have to tell you that I didn't put the drone video together. That was done by somebody else, and he gave it to me. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. And working with Teresa and Sean at Wallace Woodworking was just fantastic. And I've got some more video coming from their job site, some more beams and some other stuff that we did. And then I've still got a ton of footage to share with you from more work that I've done since then. And one thing I was going to mention, that my videos will be coming out a little less frequently from here on out for a while. I've actually come out of retirement and gone back to work and I don't know how long I'm going to do it. I expect for a year or 2 or 3, I don't know. But an opportunity came around for me to get back to actually working in the working world. So I'm going to do that, but I will continue to keep these videos coming out for you. I anticipate to have at least one out a week for you, maybe a little more frequently, depending on how the job itself turns out. So stick around. And again, I appreciate your watching. Y'all have a great weekend. The old Jarhead out.